Next you need to cut out something that will look like brake calipers, one slightly bigger than the other. You can glue these together. Then you're going to straighten out some wire and bend it like this. And then you're going to bend that such that it goes around the disc, like this, just barely touching it. Now you can glue on the caliper and the wheel and make sure that everything moves smoothly. Now we need a way to hold the wheel in its hub, and for that I've just stuck some tape around the axle, but that's just temporary. When I'm sure everything's running smoothly, I'm gonna set this edge on fire and let it work its way to the bottom, then I'll blow it out. It's gonna form a bulge and that's gonna stop it from sliding out. For the central hub I have here a cuboid. Its cross section is 15 by 15 millimeters, exactly the same as the hubs. It is important that the space between each of these two holes be exactly the same as the space on the hubs. We're trying to go for a parallelogram. So this is it all folded up. I've glued in some 14 by 14 millimeter square plates to act as structural enhancements. The rest of the assembly for this is quite similar to the wheel hubs. I've glued in some tubes, we're going to slide in some wires, and we're going to slide on the arms. So now we're going to need a way to suspend the whole thing, and for that I'm going to use some more tubes. I've fed in some wires of the same length, and they extend on this side, which means they're hollow on the other side. Ignoring the protruding wire, we're going to bend this into a symmetrical U, like this. This is then going to allow us to slide them into each other, like this. Now we can bend the ends about 40 degrees upwards. This is where the coil springs are going to mount, and it's going to give us more travel and a lower ride height. Okay, so I had to make my own coil springs, and I did that by coiling this long wire first around this metal ink cartridge, and then around my pencil, and then again around another ink cartridge, and after playing around a little bit, I managed to get it to look like this. Okay, so now we're gonna slide the spring onto the structure we've just made. Of course, it may have been a good idea to make the springs first. So I've painted this spring red, and now we need a way to attach it to the arms. For that I'm gonna use a small tube and wire. We can go ahead and slide that into place. Curling the ends of the wire will make it easier for you to clamp it on. So now we can glue this onto the central hub, and we can go ahead and clamp the springs. Make sure you clamp them at the same distances on either side. So I've glued on some straps to help secure everything on the central hub, and as I'm testing it out, the stiffness seems quite right. This can be adjusted by simply altering where you've clamped your spring. Of course, you're gonna have to repeat the process for a second pair of wheels, and here I've just glued in a rectangular tube between the central hubs. It's all moving very smoothly. Quite happy with how it's turned out. Now I can glue on any body I want. So guys, if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please hit like. If you don't want to miss out on anything else, please hit subscribe as well. You're free to leave me some comments as well. You can check out some of my other videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen or the links in the description below. I'll see you guys next time.